Hello, Brave Storm here. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we encountered the Vidisala for the first time and found out that they have decided that the southern mages have gotten out of control and now they're trying to do something about it. So, we went back to Fen'Harel to try to decide what we're going to do, and we eventually ended up following the Qunari back to their base here, and we are trying to put a stop to their plans. So we're fighting our way through the base. Hopefully, we should be approaching the end of this pretty soon. So, let's just go ahead and continue on. We kind of hit a point where we have a bit of a reprieve here, though no area to replenish our potions. That's okay. Let's go ahead and explore the area. Alright. A letter with an Inquisition seal sits half buried in a pile of memos. To the Honorable Salasare, Triumvirate of the Qun. On behalf of the Inquisition, I must humbly inquire as to the hostile actions of your agents in Fen'Harel. We can only view the attacks by Ben Hasrath agents upon our officers and the infiltration and sabotage of the Exalted Council at Fen'Harel as the prelude to a declaration of war. If the Qunari people do not wish to provoke retaliation from the Chantry, these hostilities must cease at once. Respectfully, Ambassador Josephine Montelier. Several incomprehensible messages in Kunlot follow. A letter in common with Ilelgan script has been torn open and crumpled into a ball, but the writing is still legible. To Ambassador Josephine Montelier of the Inquisition, the Triumvirate of the Qunari people wishes to assure you that despite the loss of the dreadnought Berethlock and its crew, one of 100 souls in a failed joint mission with the Inquisition 2 years past, military action has not been approved against the Inquisition. No one in Parvalan has authorized action of any kind involving the Exalted Council, nor will they. We are seeking out the Ben Hasrath priest who appears to be leading this operation without our consent. Once she is located, we assure you that these hostile actions will cease. So this is an unsanctioned operation by the Vidisala? Or at least that's what they want us to think anyway. It's a dragon skull. This document appears to be written entirely in Kunlot, but contains a number of complicated diagrams, including detailed blueprints of Fen'Harel and a number of other palaces and fortresses. They're unlocking alluvians.
Morgan said the key to an alluvian could be anything, including knowledge or power. So they're stockpiling both. That's how they got the keystone and opened so many of the alluvians we've seen.
Hopefully they don't have any more ancient magic crap to throw at us. That dragon skull would make a wicked armchair, though. Maybe we could take it back to Skyhold after this.
An armchair? Okay. No, that's just that crafting station. What's this? Requires a rogue, and of course I didn't bring one, and there is a replenishment right there. Another dragon skull. Several dragon skulls. How about we'll just have to make do with what we have.
Dragon's breath is an actual dragon?
Tethar! Bars!
Inquisition! Nira Tasiasara! Miraba Sadim Kata! Israt, now! Please! Vinekatas!
Not a chance, ma'am.
She just tried to recruit Bull. that wasn't a good idea. So the Kunari are trying to bind a dragon. Beautiful. The dragon is fighting somebody. Again, bad idea. These guys have some powerful shields. That is, I don't want to stand in it.
No regrets at turning your back on your people, Iron Bull?
The Iron Bull is just fine. When this is over, drinks are on me. Probably a lot of them.
Well, this is, at least as far as I understand, an unsanctioned operation, so it's not exactly going against Kunari proper. Whoa, 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 I don't think so. I got hit by an arrow somewhere. A projectile of some sort. What does this say? Orders posted in the factory. Portions of this are indecipherable Kunlat, with what might be formulas in an unfamiliar number system. One section has been translated for Vidathari workers in the factory, then circled, repeatedly underlined with arrows drawn around it by someone who was clearly very insistent that it be read. For primers, combine no more than 1 part Atashi venom with an equal amount of deathroot auxin and 3 parts powdered silverite. Adding more venom will dissolve the casing on the primers here in the factory and fill the room with deadly gas. Whoever keeps getting the formula wrong needs to see me immediately. We have a great many primers to make on a tight schedule and can't afford any more delays due to mistakes. Say? Animal Handler's Logbook. The first half of this logbook appears to be notes on the care and feeding of animals in a free marcher lord's manner. After that, it shifts into practice phrases in Kunlat. Later, it begins again with the following. Beast presents chafing around limbs and tail, likely from attempts to use chains. While its natural strength remains, muscles are slack from confinement. Tardathrus said she initially tried drugging the beast, but the amount required to keep it sedated changed the quality of its venom so that it was no longer useful in producing gatlock. She says fire has kept it under control, while the heated panels keep it in a state of comfortable drowsiness. Tardathrus is not as good as a deception as she thinks she is. She does not like what we are doing to the beast. She calls it Atashi, which means something like great thing, and she repeats sayings from the Qun to herself when she extracts the venom. I do not disagree with her. I saw enough harm done to innocent beasts at my lord's sneering commands. The beast, the Atashi, deserves better than the pry bars and needles we use upon it each time we drain its venom gland. Cardathras says I may be needed at the Winter Palace. It is likely that some view elves with suspicion, thanks to these attacks by the agent of Fen'Harel, but a human woman may still pass unnoticed among the servants. She says I may be asked to deliver more Gatlock in different containers. She says that it could be dangerous and that if I do not return, most will assume I am dead. As I said, Cardathras is not as good at deception as she thinks she is. But she is right, I did not join the Qun for this. Alright. Everybody, top off as best you can. And resupply. And let's get in here. Venom extract. So, dragon venom is
We're gonna fight the
used
dragon or what?
in Gatlock?
We
Okay.
will not let you cut down the Atashi.
Sorry. I'm gonna kill the dragons. I do. Let's take out these Kunari. They're gonna be annoying while I'm trying to deal with this dragon. All right. Ooh. All right, let's unleash.
Atashi Idwa, Terasal.
Is the Vidasala actually in here? Oh, there's more Kunari.
This is the honor of the Inquisition, attacking an innocent creature.
Oh, shut up. I'll not be baited.
Merhaba Sadim Kata.
Let's get in here close and let's do this. Alright, dragon's almost down. Alright, dragon's down.
wonder, Inquisitor, you have such little time left. You must finally see the truth. Elven magic already tore the sky apart. If the agents of Fen'Harel are not stopped, you will shatter the world as well.
Dragon's Breath is no better.
Whatever you think I've done, mass assassination isn't a good moral high ground.
The South was poisoned by these elves' manipulations. It suffers just as you do now. You would have died from the mark on your hand, but for the help of one of their chief agents. The same agent who helped seal the breach, who led you to Skyhold, who gave Corypheus the orb, then founded the Inquisition. Soulless, agent of Fen'Harel.
How utterly surprising.
I'm not Solus's puppet.
Whatever Solus is involved in, I am nobody's puppet.
Even now, you refuse to see the strings. Solus tricked us all. He pushed a dying Qunari into the Winter Palace to lure you into opposing us. Without him, we could have brought the South peace and wisdom along the gentle path. Now we must take the way of blades. Panahadan, Inquisitor. If it is any consolation, Solus will not outlive you.
Let's see. We've got to save Solus. I need to heal him. I'll kill him. I'm killing him myself. I need him to heal my hand, I guess.
Solus is the only one who can help with my mark. We find him before Vidisala does.
Come on, the Vidisala can't be too far ahead.
All right. Let's push forward.
Everyone back!
Anchor meltdown. The anchor now builds up power even faster. Using it is difficult, but discharges all accumulated focus. The focus reaches full power. The anchor discharges uncomfortably, damaging you and your allies as well as nearby enemies.
We must hope Solus can reverse the anchor's effects before it kills you. Solus, the agent of Fen'Harel. I suspected something was off with our unwashed apostate.
Alright, supply cache. Everybody top off. Hey man. Alright, where in the world? It put us all the way at the bottom of the stairs again? What in the world happened there? Alright, so I guess I just gotta keep discharging it as my focus builds up.
Over there. That's got to be where Solus is.
Oh, and of course, left a lackey behind. Couple of lackeys. Alright, they're down. Let's head in.
Cerebus, Rathro, Shokra!
Oh. Well, at least I can use my focus to do that. Find a way to get up to the Illuvian. Burn off that focus. Wait till it fills up a little bit, and then we're going to unleash. Alright. Everybody's down. Let's head in. How many of these things are we going to have to go through? Alright, I need to discharge again here. Hold on. Off. I guess what the Vidasala doesn't realize is that Solus isn't an agent of Fen'Harel. He is Fen'Harel. Well, that guy just took a fall. All right, through the mirror. Another mirror. More Kunari. Oh, I got overloaded. Good grief. What is going on? Oh, he's got a shield up. I do not know what that is. Gotta get this guy down. Alright. Well, that destroyed his bubble. More coming. Sarath. Alright, unload. Shields, at least as much of it as we can. Let's get Iron Bull back up. Two potions left. Keep getting him back up. I actually don't have my revive out on my bars. Yeah, someone got marked. That lightning link. Alright, let's see, can I dispel this? Come on, come on, come on. Drink. This bull. Get him back up.
Inquisitor. Anton, Ibrasha Medi.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. I gotta keep an eye on that. That's gonna kill me here. Literally. Come on, I really need a supply cache. Oh my. Okay. Come on, supply cache. Supply cache. No supply cache. All right. Actually, you drink regen potion. Luvian.
One of the damned mirrors has to lead out of here. Need to keep moving.
Well, it wasn't that one. Uh-oh. Yeah, when that thing gets up to almost discharged, it gets crazy.
One of these blasted mirrors has to lead out of here.
I am going to blow these guys away. Alright. No supply cache, right? I hope I'm not missing it, but we're gonna head into the mirror. Hopefully there's one through here. Oh, thank God. Okay.
All right. Maravas. Daraha.
You are dead, Inquisitor. Your soul is dust.
This was like a boss fight chamber. Ah, guess who's back? Alright, get away from him. So he put his bubble on the Illuvian. Be in there. Alright, I'm actually gonna let the focus build up. I gotta make sure I keep an eye on it. There's one level. There he is. There's two. Let it build. We'll let it build. All right, unleash it. Oh, jeez. It's summoning spirits? Gotta get rid of those. Alright. Have it. Left. Oh, more of these guys. Down to about a quarter health. Try, demon. Doesn't matter. Focus on Sarath.
Use your mark.
Alright, we're gonna use the mark. Alright, through the Illuvian.
Ebesit kata, etwa ost.
Maraskata!
Your forces have failed. Leave now and tell the Canary to trouble me no further.
Solus.
That should give us more time. I suspect you have questions.
You work for Fen'Harel? Well, I don't know how I can answer this.
The Kunari believe you're an agent for someone who has taken the name Fen'Harel.
The Canary reject myth and legend. If you told them of your meeting with Mythal, they would attribute it to a demon. I am no one's agent but my own. I fear that the truth is much simpler and much worse than the Canary believe.
You're Fen'Harel.
I was Solus first. Fen'Harel came later. An insult I took as a badge of pride. The dread wolf inspired hope in my friends, and fear in my enemies. Not unlike Inquisitor, I suppose. You also know the burden of a title that all but replaces your name.
So you're like Mythal then?
Are you a fragment of what Fen'Harel once was? Like Mythal?
No. This is all I have ever been.
And the legends?
I sought to set my people free from slavery to would-be gods. I broke the chains of all who wished to join me. The false gods called me Fen'Harel, and when they finally went too far, I formed the Veil and banished them forever. Thus I freed the Elven people, and in so doing, destroyed their world.
How did they become gods?
The Evanuris were elven mages? How did they come to be remembered as gods?
Slowly. It started with a war. War breeds fear. Fear breeds a desire for simplicity. Good and evil, right and wrong, chains of command. After the war ended, generals became respected elders, then kings, finally gods. The Evanuris.
And how did they go too far?
You said that the elven gods went too far. What did they do that made you move against them?
They killed Mythal. Crime for which an eternity of torment is the only fitting punishment.
I thought Mythal was one of the Evanuris.
She was the best of them. She cared for her people. She protected them. She was a voice of reason. And in their lust for power, they killed her.
So they aren't dead?
You banished the false gods. You didn't kill them.
You met Mythal, did you not? The first of my people do not die so easily. The Evanuris are banished forever, paying the ultimate price for their misdeeds.
So why did you form the Veil?
You love the Fade. Why would you create the Veil to hide it all away?
Because every alternative was worse.
Meaning?
Had I not created the Veil, the Evanuris would have destroyed the entire world.
So you destroyed the entire world.
How did creating the Veil destroy the world?
You saw the remains of Via Dethara. The library was intrinsically tied to the Fade, and the Veil destroyed it. There were countless other marvels, all dependent on the presence of the Fade, all destroyed. The elven legends of immortality, all true. It was not the arrival of humans that caused them to begin aging. It was me. The Veil took everything from the elves, even themselves.
So what now?
That's the past. What about the future?
I lay in dark and dreaming sleep while countless wars and ages passed. I woke still weak a year before I joined you. My people fell for what I did to strike the Evanuris down. But still, some hope remains for restoration. I will save the elven people, even if it means this world must die.
Why is that necessary?
Why does this world have to die for the elves to return?
A good question, but not one I will answer. You have always shown a thoughtfulness I respected. It would be too easy to tell you too much. I am not Corypheus. I take no joy in this. But the return of my people means the end of yours. It is my fight. You should be more concerned about the Inquisition. Your Inquisition. In stopping the Dragon's Breath, you have prevented an invasion by Qunari forces. With luck, they will return their focus to Tevinter. That should give you a few years of relative peace.
What about the Illuvians?
You control the Illuvians now?
Yes. You remember Briala from Halam-Sharal? For a time, she controlled part of the labyrinth. One of my agents was supposed to take it from her, but he did not succeed. I had to override the magic personally. The Qunari stumbled upon this section independently. With them gone, the Illuvians are now mine.
Why should I be concerned?
What's wrong with the Inquisition?
You created a powerful organization, and now it suffers the inevitable fate of such. Betrayal and corruption.
It's not that simple.
Do you know how I discovered the Qunari plot? The plot I disrupted by leading them to your doorstep. The Qunari spies in the Inquisition tripped over my spies in the Inquisition. The Elven Guard who led you to the Qunari body? Who intercepted the servant with the gatlock barrel? Mine.
Why did you help?
Why bother disrupting the Qunari plot if you're going to destroy the world regardless?
You have shown me that there is value in this world, Inquisitor. I take no joy in what I must do. Until that day comes, I would see those recovering from the breach free of the Qun.
Why?
Because I am not a monster. If they must die, I would rather they die in comfort. In any event, it is done.
You set us both up?
So you let us do your dirty work.
The mistake was yours to fix, Inquisitor.
I guess, is it really my Inquisition?
The Qunari said the Inquisition was unknowingly working for the agents of Fen'Harel.
I gave no orders.
You led us to Skyhold.
Corypheus should have died unlocking my orb. When he survived, my plans were thrown into chaos. When you survived, I saw the Inquisition as the best hope this world had of stopping him. And you needed a home. Hence...
So you gave him the orb.
You gave your orb to Corypheus?
Not directly. My agents allowed the Venatori to locate it. The orb had built up magical energy while I lay unconscious for millennia. I was to open it. The plan was for Corypheus to unlock it, and for the resulting explosion to kill him. Then I would claim the orb. I did not foresee a Tevinter Magister having learned the secret of effective immortality.
So what was supposed to happen?
What would have happened if Corypheus had died, and you'd recovered the orb?
I would have entered the Fade using the mark you now bear. Then I would have torn down the veil. As this world burned in the raw chaos, I would have restored the world of my time. The world of the elves.
But then those Venuris will come back.
If you destroyed the veil, wouldn't the false gods be freed?
I had plans.
Really?
I never thought of you as someone who was less.
Thank you. You must understand. I awoke in a world where the veil had blocked most people's conscious connection to the Fade. It was like walking through a world of tranquil.
We aren't even people to you.
Not at first. Showed me that was wrong. Again. What must come next any easier?
Thanks, I guess?
For whatever it's worth, thanks for the castle.
For whatever it's worth, you used it well.
So, what about the mark?
There's still the matter of the anchor. It's getting worse.
Yes. I'm sorry. And we are almost out of time. The mark will eventually kill you. Drawing you here gave me the chance to save you. at least for now.
The Inquisition will try to convince Solus to change his plan, or the Inquisition will stop Solus even if it means killing him. Good guy option, or... I guess I'll try to redeem him.
You don't need to destroy this world. I'll prove it to you.
I would treasure the chance to be wrong once again, my friend. Take my hand. I'm sorry. Live well, while time remains.
Thing must be done, but we cannot lose the Inquisition now. We stand on the brink of war with the Canary.
Yes, because this Solas provoked them in the first place.
The Inquisition did not cause this threat. We informed the Summit of the danger.
The danger posed by Canary spies inside your organization.
Without our organization, none of us would be here to complain.
No one has forgotten what you have done. But Corypheus is 2 years dead.
If the Inquisition is to continue, it must do so as a legitimate organization, not a glorified mercenary band.
Inquisitor.
Let's see. Alright, so I guess we're gonna make our final decision here. We'll solve this ourselves. The Inquisition will be disbanded. Efforts against Solus will be weaker but more sure. The Inquisition needs to end. The Inquisition will be disbanded. Effort against Solus will be weaker but more secure. We need more oversight. The Inquisition will serve Divine Victoria. Efforts against Solus will be stronger but risk corruption. We will keep the peace. The Inquisition will serve Divine Victoria. Efforts against Solus will be stronger but risk corruption. We serve the Divine, not you. Inquisition will be disbanded. So, this is Inquisition. And we basically go into hiding. And work on our own plans by ourselves. The Inquisition continues to exist under the control of the Chantry. We'll have more resources at our disposal, but the risk of corruption is greater. Let me think about this for a second. Alright. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we are going to serve under Divine Victoria Cassandra so that we can maintain our resources. At least that's what I think, anyway. But at that risk of being manipulated and corrupted again. So, we'll see how it goes.
You all know what this is. A writ from Divine Justinia authorizing the formation of the Inquisition. We pledge to close the breach, find those responsible, and restore order, with or without anyone's approval. I'm proud to say we accomplished that goal. We will honor the sacrifices of those who gave their lives in defense of what we stood for, and still stand for. Because our work is not done. Where we led in war, we will now serve in peace. The Inquisition will act as Divine Victoria's personal honor guard. Answering directly to her, we will transition from a military force into a peacekeeping organization. My own adventuring days may be done, but the Inquisition and its mission will continue.
Oh, I just noticed we're missing our arm. Ah, I see. depth of field. Over the next several months, the Inquisition carefully gave over many of the duties it had held. As the Divine's personal guard and peacekeeping force, the Inquisition shrank to a more manageable size. Many who had served went home, though the remaining force was still enough to give pause to any who might threaten the Divine's plans. Those who served the new Inquisition were tested and checked thoroughly in the hope of ferreting out any more spies within its ranks. The Dragon's breath disrupted in any hope of a swift victory dashed, the Qunari retreated back to the north. Few knew what debates were waged in Parvalan, but not long after the Exalted Council, the Qunari launched new attacks against Tevinter. Their aggression caught the already unstable Imperium off guard. Tevinter was soon mired in a war many feared could spread across Thedas. Cassandra continued her reign as Divine Victoria, rebuilding fractured alliances and settling the Inquisition into its new role as her personal guard. Her efforts were successful, and for a time, southern Thedas saw peace. Cassandra also spent time in the Hunterhorn Mountains north of Orlais, where she worked to rebuild the Seekers. For a time, the new Seekers remained reclusive, showing no interest in worldly affairs and working to a purpose few outside their order could guess. Some believed the end of the Inquisition as it had been heralded the destruction of the fledgling College of Enchanters. Having clashed with the Circle, the college now found itself without support against the newly elected Grand Enchanter Vivienne. Fortunately, Grand Enchanter Vivienne grudgingly agreed not to destroy its terrified leaders as a personal favor to Divine Victoria. The two institutions settled into an uneasy coexistence across the south, vying for power. Leliana continued to act as the Inquisition spy master in its final months as an independent organization. During this time, she shared many of her responsibilities with her most trusted agents, including Charter, Rector, and Harding. Many believe that Leliana feared what lay on the horizon and was grooming successors in anticipation of the challenges ahead. Sarah left the Inquisition with scarcely more ties than when she began, disappearing back into her confusing weave of favors and friends. After seeing the world brought to the brink by arrogance and pride, it was a blessing to return to the normal, however strange a normal it might be. With frequent visits to her whittle, of course. Perhaps most unnerving was Sarah's standing offer to the divine. When the knobs piss about with your left hand or right, call on Red Jenny to give them 2 fingers. Ver took up the role of Viscount and with the help of his friend Hawk, rebuilt Kirkwall's damaged infrastructure. Under his rule, the city-state finally resumed its place as the major trade hub of the Free Marches. He continued to ignore all mail from both the Merchants Guild and the Prince of Starkhaven. With the Inquisition in its new role, the Bull's charges returned to taking jobs throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Fighting demons and clearing out the remains of Venatori forces, the Iron Bull did his part to restore order to Thedas. After the Inquisition transitioned to a peacekeeping role, Cullen continued to serve as commander of its forces. Under his leadership, the Inquisition protected the Divine's interest while enforcing new standards of security. Cullen also expanded the Chantry's treatment for Templars whose minds were taken by lyrium, as well as those who wished to cease lyrium usage. And as chaos reigned in the north and threats to the Divine lurked in every shadow, Cullen remained ready to serve. Dorian returned to Deventer to take his father's place in the Magisterium. As rumors flew about the Imperium's infighting, Dorian was spoken of often as a voice of resistance against corruption. Along with Magister Maevaris Talani, he formed a group called the Lucerni to restore and redeem Tevinter, a fight many thought hopeless. Time Rainier was shown mercy when none was reserved, and set on a path of redemption. This gift, so compassionately given, needed to be shared. Freed from his obligations to the Inquisition, Rainier traveled Thedas, giving hope to the condemned and the forgotten. In the deepest prisons and pits of Thedas, he found, if not goodness itself, its potential. By showing faith in those who had none, Rainier lifted them up and made them into something better than they were. After easing the Inquisition's transition into the Chantry, Josephine returned to Antiva and her family. Thanks to the Inquisitor's help, the Montiliers were once again permitted to trade in Orlais. The next few years were a busy time, as many ships with the Montilier crest were built and set sail again from Antiva's harbors. Soon, Riveni pirate captains with an ancient feud against Josephine's ancestors took to the seas, determined to rekindle the rivalry. Apart from Josephine's sister Yvette nearly eloping with a dashing pirate prince on one occasion, Lady Montilier took the development in stride. Cole took the road with Maridin to find a new life and a new way to be human. Wherever Maridin went to sing, people found old pains eased and hearts made happier, even if they didn't understand why. After the events at the Winter Palace, elves left the Inquisition under mysterious circumstances, as did elven servants across Thedas. None could say where they went, but those who believed the Inquisition story about Fen'Harel wondered just how large the Dread Wolf's forces were. And what the ancient elven rebel had planned.
My agents have found nothing. With the Illuvians, he could be anywhere.
Maintaining the Inquisition, even as a peacekeeping force, leaves us vulnerable to agents of the Dread Wolf.
But also gives us the strength to respond.
We will need to be careful.
Solus knows everything about us. Who we are, how we work, our strengths, and weaknesses.
Then we find people he doesn't know. We will save our friend from himself, if we can.
Alright, so that is the conclusion of Dragon Age Inquisition, leading to Dragon Age 4, which will be coming out sometime. You know little to nothing about it, and there wasn't anything at E3 this year, so we shall see. When it does come out, I'll definitely be playing it on the channel, most likely my blind playthrough, so the first time through. Alright, so we'll look forward to that at some point. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.